So I'm probably not gonna like upload this. It's just me wanting to like talk to some. This is extremely sad, but oh well. I had this situation that is literally it's been on my mind for years. Okay, so backstory. On my senior trip, they were like, I don't want to count, so let's just say 13 of us. It's a really small class. It was a small school, and for our senior trip, we all went to like an island. Is that an island? It's not an island. It's not an island. It's yeah, it was an island. Yeah, it was an island. It was an island. My brain is just it's almost 2 in the morning, so my brain is slower at this hour. Um, so we all went. It was fun. I was surprisingly very like self-confident for some reason. Like I was feeling myself, and I was just like, this is whatever. Like I'm, like what I don't know. It was very weird because I was always been very self-conscious of like my body, myself, my whatever. And on this trip, I was just like, for example, this is gonna be TMI, but I was on my period for the first 2 days, and a guy was like, why don't you get into the pool? Why don't you get into the pool? And I'm like, I can't control my vagina. Those words would not normally come out of my mouth. Like, I would be like, oh no, like very, and I was just like, wow. Um, and even with my bathing suit, because I would wear um, like shorts and like a those things that you like a long bathing suit, not long bathing suit. What are those things that you put on that's over your bathing suit? That's like your I don't know, but you know what I'm trying to say, the thing. And I was still like, oh my god, I look good, whatever. Anyways, now what had happened, my version of how I understood things till this morning when I was in the shower and I was just thinking, and then I was like, oh I had an epiphany in the shower. An epiphany. Anyways, so in my version of things, there was this guy that I had a crush on years back. And but I didn't have a crush on at that moment, and at that moment I was very much very like, I don't want love, I don't want to like anyone, I'm fine in the friend zone, put me in the friend zone because I want friends. One of the guys actually said on the trip that I was like sister, and I was just so happy, and I was like, oh my god, I've achieved sister level. Anyways, and so brain, you're rebooting. Anyways, so comes a night, the hotel is like those hotels that have everything included, so like food, it has like a bar, like a club and all that stuff. So it was like, that's what kind of like why all our parents let us, even though I was 17, everyone else was 18. But well, not everyone, like the majority, like there was only like 2 of us or 3 of us who weren't like 18. um and so that's why they let us go all the way to like another, like literally another city, because it was all in one place, so it wasn't gonna like, no one's gonna get kidnapped or something. um so we went there, and I remember that night. Okay, so one of my friends was like, oh, can you like take care of me, like I'm gonna drink, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, sure. And everyone ended up taking care of her, because it wasn't like a lot of people at the club, but there was still, and we were like dancing, and it was like cool and fun. And so I got really thirsty. I got very thirsty, and there was no water. There wasn't any water. It was very weird that in a hotel there wouldn't be water. I mean, they were offering food to like 2 in the morning, like hot dogs and burgers, but there wasn't any water. And so, me and the guy, I look at my friend, and my friend's like, she's okay, like she's with other girls. So I'm like, oh, I want to get water, and he's like, look, I'll go with you, like we'll go together. We look at the hotel, no water. So and in the hotel rooms there are like a big water bottle, because they don't recommend you taking water from like the we wash your hands, it's like faucet, because it's not like pure or whatever. And so he's like, okay. So my room, because we all in different rooms, my room was on the first floor, but it was farther down. His room was on the third floor, but it was closer. And so we ended up going 3 floors. And so we got to the top of the floor. I drink water, I'm like freaking thirsty. And he drinks water, and I'm like, okay, we have to head back, because when we were leaving, they were heading towards the beach, like not just her and the guy, like my friend and the guy, no, just like everyone was heading to the beach with her. And I was like, we need to head back, because she told me to take care of her, and like I'm not gonna be that type of friend and just be like, bye. And so he tries to kiss me twice, and I'm like, but I'm not dumb. And I hate when I say that I'm not dumb, because that makes me sound like I'm shaming people, but no, like I'm saying, like I always understood what people wanted out of things or situations, because like I had been like very like messed up at the beginning. Like the whole like, oh, how do I explain this? When I was younger, because at the time I was 17, right? So I was still young, but when I was younger, people would make fun of me, or people would only like me for a joke, or people would use me as a joke. So like I kind of understood what people's intentions were, and I would always double like second guess everything. So like for example, quick story. One time, I got a letter. I was in 8th grade, so I was 13. I got a letter from a senior, okay, and he was really cute, and it was like, oh, like I really love you, meet me at the library. And I was just like, I'm not stupid. But everyone around me was like, oh my god, you should go. And like, I'm like, all of you are fake friends. And they were really fake friends. Like, they did not like, I don't think, they didn't hate me, but they didn't like, I was just in entertainment. Anyways, going back to the story I was talking about. So I knew, I was like, he's drunk. He wasn't drunk, but he had like taken alcohol, consumed alcohol. So I was like, he's gonna say that it was just that he was drunk and that he doesn't actually. And I'm like, I'm not for that. Like, I'm not for like, oh, like if you're for that, then it's cool. But I was not for that. I was like, I'm not going to be like something that you pretend or hide. Like, no. And so I'm like, no, like I don't want that. And he's like, okay, fine. So we walk back and we go to the beach, and we're all waiting. We're all sitting at the beach, like on chairs, and we're waiting for my friend, who she's like, with the guy and all that stuff. And he pulls me back because he's sitting, like, they're like long beach chairs things, lounges, whatever it's called. He pulls me back. He starts playing with my hair and all that stuff. And I'm just like, wow. Fast forward next morning. My friend is like, I'm never drinking again. And so I'm just like, haha, so funny. And we all have breakfast together, and I notice that he's not talking to me. He is acting like if I don't exist, like I just disappeared, like I have this superpower of invisibility. And do you know how pissed off I got? I got so angry. And we were in the pool, and I was telling my friend, the one, that friend, and I was just like, I was so angry. Because it felt like all of that self-confidence that I had disappeared. Literally just went poof, because I was like, oh my god, he's embarrassed of me, he's ashamed of me, he doesn't want, like, he just wants to say that, oh, he only had that when he was drunk. And so for years, that's what I thought, until this morning, the epiphany. That last year of, I would say college, that last year of high school, we kind of got close, we were like more friends. He saw me cry once, it was embarrassing, but we were more friendly, we were more friends, blah, blah. And then I was like, what if he genuinely was like, liked me and was trying something, and since I shot him down twice, he got embarrassed or flustered or whatever, and then was just like, oh, I'm not gonna, like, I'm just gonna pretend like nothing happened. And that's that's like, that doesn't sound so far-fetched, and especially now that I have more confidence in myself, it doesn't sound so far-fetched. But when I realized that, I was like, this whole entire time I was putting myself so down, thinking that I'm the ugly one, that I'm just like so ugly, and in reality it could have been that he liked me, and I just was like, no. And it blew my mind, because I'm not the type of person that guys or anyone likes that way. Back then, no one. Anyways, yeah, this is just all I wanted to talk about, because it's like, who would I talk about this with in a normal conversation? Like, how does this topic pop up? It doesn't. And I don't want to make it feel like I'm just saying like, oh my god, look at me, I'm so pretty. No. But, oh my god. Now I'm like thinking of everything in the past. No, I'm kidding, I'm not. But it's like, wow. Like, mind blown. Mind blown. Anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about.